Good morning to all of you. And on behalf of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, we warmly welcome all of you to the commission this morning. I indicated that today is a special day because it is not often that you have the heads of our security agencies visiting. And I believe their presence here shows their readiness to tackle security and to ensure peace before, during, and after the elections. And so on behalf of the Commission, I warmly welcome all of you. I welcome especially our Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufu Dampari, who is also the head of the Election Security Task Force. I'd like to welcome our Army Commander, Major General Bismarck Owuna, our Director General of Prisons, Mr. Isaac Kofi Ejiri, our Chief Fire Officer, Mr. Julius Kunowo, our Commissioner of Customs, Brigadier General Ayorogo, and our Controller General of Immigration, Lawyer Kwame Esua Techi. On behalf of the Electoral Commission, you are all warmly welcome. This morning, I believe that we've had quite a number of meetings with the National Election Security Task Force, but I'll briefly highlight, our preparations towards the elections on the 7th of December 2024. I'd like to assure you that as a commission, we are committed to ensuring peaceful, transparent, and credible and fair elections and electoral processes come the 7th of December 2024. And I'll brief you on our preparations so far. As you may be aware, we have successfully conducted the registration of voters. We had a limited registration process earlier in the year, commencing May 2024. And we added on to our register a little over 900,000 new voters. We also successfully conducted the exhibition of voters, and we held the exhibition in our 40,000 plus polling centers across the country, where we exhibited manually the voters' register to enable Ghanaians to verify their details on the register. It's important to note that we also displayed the register online, as such persons who didn't feel like going to the various exhibition centers could, with a click of the button on their telephones, check their registration details. All in all, those two exercises were successful, and they have ensured that every voter who registered is firmly on our voters register, and therefore all voters who registered would have the opportunity, if they so wish, to go to the polls to cast their votes. And we encourage every Ghanaian who is registered to do so come the 7th of December 2024. In addition to that, you may be aware, and our media partners worked with us to bring our nomination process as well as the balloting for positions on the ballot paper to the doorstep of every Ghanaian. Through our media partners, we were able to ensure that the citizens were well aware of our processes, and we'd like to thank you for your commitment, for your partnership in ensuring that our processes remain transparent and open to any interested Ghanaian. All our registers have been prepared. We have completed the preparation of our voters' register, and they have been disseminated across the country. We are also near completion with our ballots, the preparation of our ballots for the presidential and parliamentary elections. And all the ballots, with the exception of the Northern region, the Bono region, and the Bono East, have been disseminated to our police armories across the country. I'm well aware that the ballot papers for the Northern region, the Bono and Bono East regions, will be disseminated to the police armories this afternoon. And we'd like to thank the police for their support, and also the army for their support and remaining with us throughout this process. As you may be aware, in each of our printing houses, we have not only the political party agents, but we also have members of the police service and the army service accompanying us and observing the process along with us. And so we'd like to thank you for your presence at the various painting houses and also for accompanying us to the various armories. We'd also like to thank you for safekeeping of our ballots in the various police armories across the country. It's instructive to note that our biometric verification devices are also being prepared, and we are confident that by this weekend, all the biometric verification devices will be safely lodged in the police armories across the country. As we speak, we have over 8 regions sent to over 8 regional armories. It's important to highlight that the Commission has recruited close to 210,000 temporary officials across various categories, from returning officers to deputy returning officers, presiding officers, polling assistants in all the 40,900 plus polling stations across the country. And as we speak, they are undergoing extensive training in all the constituencies. We have training undergoing for all the categories of staff. And as a top up, we have also developed some videos so that once the training, the physical training is done, we will disseminate the videos so that our staff would be able to refresh their memories and go through the various training programs that they have been provided. This year, we have developed what we call aid memoirs, and based on feedback from the ground, from our officers on the ground, and feedback from the various election observation missions, we've developed aid memoirs, which are basic instructions on key aspects of our work. And the aid memoirs are instructions that will be posted on the walls at the various centers, right from the polling stations to the constituency, regional, and national collation centers. There will be basic instructions that will govern and guide us in terms of the requests for recounts and recollations and so on across the various collation centers. The aid memoirs would also focus on issues such as the correction of errors on the various forms should such arise. And so you should witness this. I believe when you go to our various centers, you see these instructions posted on the walls, which provide clarity to areas that hitherto were considered gray areas. And so basically, in a nutshell, this is how far we've come. We are fully prepared. We believe that our staff are receiving adequate training to enable them to perform creditably on election day and in the hours after that. We stand in readiness to conduct, as you may be aware, the special voting on Monday, the 2nd of December, 2024. The special voting would go on in all 328 special voting centers across the constituencies. I believe that you are aware that the special voting is restricted to members of the security, members of the media, and some of the EC's own electoral officials who applied for special voting. And it is limited to those who applied. And by this, we refer to the security agencies, the media, and the election officials. But you must have applied. We have worked with the Election Security Task Force and the media agencies through the Ghana Journalists Association. And to date, we provided the register or the list of persons who are registered on our special voters register to both agencies. And we believe that this has been exhibited on the websites to enable those who registered visit the websites to clarify their voting centers and so on and so forth. So we'll have a successful special voting arrangement on Monday, the 2nd of December. Our officials are in readiness. We have an adequate supply of the ballot papers, the indelible ink, the various forms that may be necessary. And of course, the biometric verification devices are also in place to ensure a smooth and seamless special voting exercise come Monday, the 2nd of December, 2024. So in a nutshell, this is how prepared we are. We, as a commission, we stand in readiness. As I mentioned, we are ready to conduct peaceful, credible, and transparent and fair elections on the 2nd and the 7th of December 2024. So I'd like to end here.
And your able team from the Electoral Commission, my colleagues, heads of sister security agencies, and my colleagues, members of the National Election Security Task Force, both the heads and the technical team made up of all the officials from the security agencies of our beloved country, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters from the media. We want to say that on behalf of the entire membership of the National Election Security Task Force, we want to thank the chairperson and her team for the warm reception that has been accorded us since we arrived in this building. In fact, since the election process began, this place has become our second home. We have been in and out of it at every major stage of the election process. That demonstrates the commitment we have towards supporting the lead institution in this election, which is the Electoral Commission, in carrying out its mandate. And we want at this point to commend, and I want to repeat, commend the chairperson and her team across the country for an excellent job done so far. We have been with them every step of the way, every inch of the journey, and we know inside out the work that has gone on to bring us to this point. And as you realized when Madam Chairperson was going through all the processes that we've done so far, every stage of it, we have been there with them, supporting them in carrying out their mandate. And so far, with what we are seeing relative to what has happened in the past, it means we have come that far and we have seen a lot of improvement. So, Madam Chair, you and your team, we are grateful to you. Ghana is grateful to you. Africa is grateful to you for showing the way for us when it comes to elections. Madam Chair, we are also grateful, and we are here today to celebrate with you the special bond of relationship between our two institutions. And here, by this, I mean the institution of the National Election Security Task Force and the Electoral Commission. When it comes to the partnership we have exhibited during this election process, which has taken us to another level, where we are able to work together, both formally and informally, with phone calls flying all over the place in making sure things get done. And maybe the last phone call I received yesterday was somewhere around 10:30 p.m., all towards making sure that the logistics movement and all the things that we do are on point to ensure that we give Ghana the election it deserves as a beacon of hope for Africa. So, Madam Chair, we are here to celebrate this partnership, and we believe that the way we are working in supporting you, who is the lead agency, if we continue like that, truly this election will be the most peaceful in this country. Madam Chair, you have told us all the work that you have been doing. We are aware of it because we have been working each journey with you. And in terms of our preparation, for the benefit of the public and the generality of Ghanaians, we want to also assure them that, in fact, we are over ready as the security agencies in support of the excellent job that you are doing. And we'll do all what it takes, and I repeat, all what it takes to ensure that this country continues to be at peace with herself. And in our readiness, Madam Chair, we want to also say that we will protect every Ghanaian and we will protect every stakeholder in this election. And more importantly, we will protect you and your staff as they go about their constitutional duty of ensuring that the election is executed to the benefit of Ghanaians. So that assurance we want to give to you and to your staff for them to feel free to undertake the assignment without any hindrance or without any fear, because we will have your back as security agencies. Madam Chair, also we are here today as a way of debriefing, as we have always done. We've done a lot of work when it came to the printing of the ballots and the transportation of the ballots across the country. And like you rightly indicated, we are 95% done. And with the BVDs, we are also almost 50% done. And we're looking at the timetable that we are working with. We are sure that within the shortest possible time, over the next couple of days, we'll be done with all this, and all these facilities and logistics will be in place at where it matters. So we are here to look at that debriefing, and I know after this session, our technical team will meet your technical team, then we'll look at it also from that angle. That has been very successful from where we sit. And once again, the commendation goes to you and your team, and we are always going to be there in support of the good job that you are doing. Madam Chair, also we are here as part of the whole process to do with the fact that with the coming into being of the second, what do you call it, December elections in terms of the special voting, we are here to work with you and your team and see to it that beyond that process of re-voting, we are clear in our minds all the issues that you need us to address to make sure that that aspect also pass successfully. So that is also something that we'll work with you and your technical team to firm up for the already ongoing deployment of those resources. Again, one other very important matter, Madam Chair, that we are also working on and are coming here to work with you and your technical team is now that we have the logistics, almost all of them at the regional levels where they matter from the center. Then the next level, we also, with the technical team and with the technical team, knowing the work that you've done, briefing us on it in terms of being able to know the distribution plan also from the regional level onto the constituency levels across the country, so that we'll provide the needed support for you, as we have always done, to make sure that we take that aspect also of the team. So Madam Chair, in brief, we are here to commend you and your team, and to assure you that we are there for you and your team in protecting you and ensuring that you have the peace of mind to do your job. And also to let all Ghanaians know that we are also ready to do the job that they have assigned. And to plead with them that the way we have conducted ourselves so far is commendable, and the credit goes to every Ghanaian, and also to all the political parties for exercising restraint and doing something very unique compared to all the elections that we've done in the past, where violence associated with campaigning, registration, and all that are so minimal that we are turning the corner when it comes to our democratic dispensation. And we should stay focused and make sure that at the end of the day, Ghana wins. And finally, also to wish all Ghanaians, to let all Ghanaians know that at the end of the day, each one of us is talking peace. And our talking, we have been able, so far up to this point, translated the talk into action. Let us double the action. We should still talk and still double the action, so that our actions will become more powerful and it will back our words. In effect, let's continue to walk the talk of peace as we have all been preaching. And the way we are going, if we double it, I can assure you, Ghana will continue to show yet another example of leadership when it comes to democratic dispensation. On that note, Madam Chair, we are so grateful to be here, and our technical team at the end of this session will meet your technical team, and then you let us know all the